Now in this chapter we have completed the distance, displacement, speed, velocity, and now we are going to study acceleration. There are types of acceleration. One is horizontal and second is vertical. Till now we have studied the instantaneous and all the terms. Now it is remain now acceleration. So all everyone we know that what is the average acceleration. It is the ratio of the change in velocity of the time to the time interval. Everyone know that x2 minus x1 upon divided by t2 minus t1, which is equal to delta x upon delta t. Everyone knows. So this is for average acceleration. Now we will see instantaneous acceleration is the ratio of the change of velocity, that is a is equal to dv by dt. These terms are also we are familiar with this term. We know this and we are coming from many years to learn these terms, and this is not new. Now we saw till now what we studied distance. What is distance, what is displacement, then speed, the problems on speed and velocity, the problems on distance and displacement, and also on average and instantaneous respectively. Now we are going to study the acceleration. What is acceleration? It is the ratio of the change of velocity with respect to time. Now we are going to study horizontal and vertical acceleration. Okay. First we will see horizontal acceleration. In that, what happens? Now this was the recap of what we studied in as a whole in a one chapter. Now we will study what is horizontal motion between the after the acceleration. We are studying now horizontal. For that, the questions in the exam will come from this point: stopping distance and distance at n seconds. Means considering understanding the stopping this distance. What happens? One car is moving very speedily, and the distance, if we do not have a brake on your car, the car may have harm and there will be an accident. This is the example for the stopping distance, because the distance means the car is not stopped. That's why the accident happens. And distance at n seconds. We will see one by one the numericals on this. Now the another example we will consider that a train was moving at a rate of 36 km per hour. Means this is a train. Okay, this is the point where the train is moving. And what was the velocity? 36 km. Okay, the train is moving, means this will be initial velocity, because this object is not moving, the train is moving, and in that the person is also running. Okay, then when the train stopped, when the brakes were applied, it comes to rest at a distance of 200 meter. Then V is equal to 0. Okay. Calculate the retardation produced in the train. Then consider a train is moving in this direction and u is given, means the initial velocity is given 36 km per hour and the final velocity will be 0. Then at the end, after the entire journey, at the end s is equal to 200 meter. Then we have to calculate the retardation. So what is here? See carefully, there it is 36 kilometer. Here it is 36 kilometer. We have not converted this into meter. So conversion is very important. If you don't convert any symbol, any terms in units and in this, so your answer may be get wrong. So this is a very silly mistakes to lose the marks. Then which third equation of motion? According to the third equation of motion, v square minus u square is equal to twice as. Then a is equal to v square minus u square upon twice s. Substituting the values, we get 0.25. Now consider the stopping distance we were considering. Here s, if u and a is given, then stopping distance is minus u square upon twice a. If you have given the terms u and a, then finally don't apply the equation of motion of a third law, that is v square minus a square is equal to minus u upon. Now consider another example. An automobile traveling with a speed of 60 km/h. An automobile travels with a speed of 60 km and then brake is applied to stop it within a distance of 20 meter. What happens? He applies a brake to at a distance within a distance of 20 meter. If the car is going twice as fast the stopping distance. Now we will see what is the given in this problem. u1 is given as 60 km/h. Okay, here an automobile train traveling with a 60 km/h. So it is 60. We have converted u1, which is the initial velocity u1, kilometer in meter, and then s1 is 20 meter, this distance, and another given formula is twice as fast. If the car is going twice as the fast, the stopping distance we have to calculate. So u2 is equal to 120, because first it was 60 into 2 in 1 with 50 into 5 upon 18. So it is u2 is 103 and u1 is 50 by 3, and s1 is equal to 20 meter. Now we have to calculate the stopping distance for this problem. Now this problem is very lengthy, so while solving this we should calculate by us. Now we see that in this problem the acceleration is constant. Here the acceleration is constant. If the acceleration is constant, I will take the ratio of the s1 and s2. Now we have to find the stopping distance, stopping distance. Then what we are doing now, we are the solution is quite bigger. We have to solve that solution, that question in a few seconds. Then what, for this what we are taking, we are taking a ratio of the S1 and S2. So taking the ratio S1 upon S2 is equal to minus twice U1 whole square upon A. So this twice A and twice A gets cancelled, and minus minus becomes plus, and S1 upon S2 is equal to U1 upon U2. Now the whole square. Now we are substituting the values, these values, in, we will get the answer. Then further, as we have to find the stopping distance. So formula for that we have noted earlier. S1 S2 is equal to S1 plus S1 into U2 the whole square upon U1 square. The value of U2 square is 100 by 3 into 100 by 3, and S2 is 80 meter. So for this problem the answer is 80 meter, the distance, and this is the formula.